I want to do a roster breakdown for Baylor women's soccer and what my expectations are for this upcoming year. First of all, it's a 31 player roster, and they just updated it from the spring roster to what the roster you're going to see in the fall. Yeah, it's 31 players overall, and we do have four goalkeepers on on a team. But I would expect the starter to be, I think, in my opinion, Mackenzie Short. She was at Nebraska and Oklahoma prior, and she was a starter there. So she has most experience of all, but it went on me of Madison Martin. Martin got the nod as well because she's experienced too, and as a senior. And Mackenzie Short is a grad transfer, by the way. So yeah, that's just, in my opinion, that she should start in. And we do have I want to count how many defenders first before saying a raw number here. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 defenders on the team. Technically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And those players that are defenders are Hannah Augustin, they're twins. Yes, that's right. Ava Kohlberg, Claire Niss, Kniss, Georgia Mullenholland, Blythe Obar, Natalie Vader, and Kate Zimmerman. Just to name. And for the goalies, by the way, I forgot to mention. Madison Martin, like I said, Mackenzie Short, Ashley Zirkle, and Riley Franklin. So, and Riley Franklin's a freshman. She's 5'7", and Madison Martin's 5'5", but Mackenzie Short's 5'11", and Ashley Zirkle is 5'9". Now, how many forwards on the team, you ask? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And if you include a forward slash midfielder, Renee Vargas is a forward slash midfielder at 5'5" as a sophomore. Skylar Zinniker, 5'7" as a forward. Haven Terry, she's a junior, 5'11". Caroline Staubach, she's a freshman, she's 6 foot. Jordan Ryan, 6'1", as a junior as well. Jen Passion, she's now a grad student at Baylor, 5'4". Tala Israel, yeah, she's technically, she was a freshman last year. I don't know why Baylor listed her as a freshman, but yeah, she's so maybe they got her classification wrong, Baylor did, but I don't know. Yeah, she's technically a sophomore, I would think, but either way, somebody that's underclassmen. They'll probably fix it down the line. Morgan Greensage, 5'3" as a sophomore. Nicole Friedel, 5'9" as a sophomore as well. Kylie Conrad, 5'8" as a freshman. Brianna Chesley, that's a freshman as well. So, if you include Renee Vargas as a midfielder, they have, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 midfielders, but without her, it's 8. But either way, somebody that can play at 2 positions is very helpful. And those midfielders are, besides Renee Vargas, are the following: Kaylin Swan, that's 5'5" as a freshman. Selma Simonen, she's from the United Kingdom, by the way, so that Baylor did get her late. Ashley Merrill, she's a senior. Yeah, 5'7". Adriana Merriam, that's freshman, 5'3". Teresa McCullough, 5'4" as a freshman. Sky Leach, 5'7" as a sophomore. Hannah Broughton, 5'5", as a sophomore. Michael Beasley, 5'3" as a junior. So, how many seniors do we have? We for sure are going to lose 2 grad seniors no matter what after this year. It's a matter of all those other seniors because we do have like 3 other seniors on the roster here. So it's a question: will they use their COVID year? Because remember, that still exists for one more season after this one. This one here. In terms of sophomores, I don't know why they include Tyler Israel as one of them, a freshman here, but what? I'm going to just go ahead and include her as a freshman, then minus her and add her as a sophomore later, just in case they switch. So how many freshmen do we have, so to speak? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 13 freshmen technically. 13 freshmen, but it could be 12 freshmen technically. In terms of sophomores, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I gotta start over. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me double check that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. 8 or 9 sophomores. In terms of juniors on the team, we only have 5 of those. So we're still a young team regardless, as you could tell. And Tyler Israel from by the way, she was good at TCU. She came off the bench, and she was good. So in terms of stats, so it really helps to have her, and we technically are still doing with the second. It's a second year staff here. Remember, new head coach last year and new staff overall. So I don't know what as for the expectations for this year. Well, first of all, last year it was a little bit rough, to say the least. 4-11 and 2, 2-7 in the Big 12. Yeah, but I will say they did lose Oklahoma State at home, 1-0, and TCU. They lost to Kansas State 2-1, but that was controversial. Very, very controversial at the very end with less than 10 seconds left to go back and watch. That was not a foul in the box. But that's just besides me. They only lost to Texas 1-0. So you had a few losses that were really close. And Texas Tech, yes, I get that was 2-0, but Texas Tech scored at the last second to run up the score to 2-0. That technically is a 1-goal game. Technically it is, if you do include that. And we lost to SMU at SMU 1-0 last year. And we do have a few games that were really close, and we're not really blown out except North Carolina, but North Carolina's an excellent team from a year ago. That was 6-0, but and Wisconsin was 2-0. No way you're going to win that game. San Francisco 3-1. Oklahoma was like 2-0, but it's not like 2 goals or less. It's not a blowout. It's more like 3 goals or more. But still, 2 goals is not that good to lose by either. But you get what I'm saying. Now, when you look at the schedule, in terms of the conference play, we do not play either Oklahoma school for once, as well as West Virginia. And I think that does help a little bit, because West Virginia has been good in the Big 12 in the past. And I know the Big 12 has not released their top schools at all in all this. So, in terms of like preseason polls, but we do play Oklahoma as a practice game on Sunday, which is why I'm doing this video here. At Oklahoma at that, and I know in the spring we won every spring game that we played, or I think we did. So, and then we play Tarleton on the road as well. Yeah, like I'm gonna just go over like the conference slate. I already kind of broke it down in terms of who we're gonna play, but I'm just gonna go over that again. And I know Tarleton is a practice game at their place August 10th, which is why another reason why I'm doing this video too. Besides the Oklahoma one, because it's coming up next week. And in terms of the conference slate, we do play Texas one last time. Ironic thing is, one of our former players, is now at Texas. Yeah, but it happens. We do get to play BYU. We do play Texas Tech. We do have to play both Kansas schools on the road. The following games, two games. We got Iowa State at home, but then we got to go on the road to UCF after that. At home against Cincinnati. TCU is going to be the main competitor, I think, in the Big 12 besides BYU and Texas here. Those three teams are probably the best teams we're going to play in terms of Big 12, in my opinion. In Houston, we played them last year and we beat them. I mean, at their place, 3-0 a year ago, and we got them as a conference opponent now. So, what are my expectations? What's a ceiling and a floor? Honestly, for me, the floor is about the same as last year. Maybe a little bit worse. Maybe. Now the ceiling, get close to a 500 as much as get right at 500. But I'm not positive if the NCAA tournament is going to be likely or not. Maybe with these additions, we could be an NCAA tournament team, but I'm not going to bank on that at this point. And I just want us to do better in conference as well, because we only won like 2 conference games last year. 2. And now we get to play 10 of them. Now, granted, it does not mean we're going to win an extra game, but some winnable games, I would say, are Houston. But TCU and Houston, by the way, are on the road, yeah. Houston, we played them last year and we beat them pretty good. I mean, 3-0. And I think this year's team is going to be a little bit better. And last year's team kind of had injury bug too. So that's another reason for the struggle as well. We did lose 2 forwards before the season. That could have helped us. And both now moved on to this different program. One of them moved on to a different program. The other one, she's not playing anymore. So, yeah, I say Houston's a winnable game, even though that is on the road. Cincinnati is winnable. I would even say Iowa State at home is winnable. Kansas State, we need to get revenge for after last year. That was the first time we lost to Kansas State in history. We beat Kansas a year ago. So, but that game's on the road. So that's 1, 2. That's 3. 4 wins right there. I could see. BYU, I don't know about that one. They're a good team. They have been in the past, in Texas as well. I don't know about Texas as a win in the conference. Texas Tech, hopefully we get revenge after a year ago, but I don't know. So that's possible. UCF is we're an NCAA tournament team a year ago too. That's going to be a tough game, and of course TCU and Texas, those are tough. So that's definitely like 1, 2, 3, 4 games. Texas, BYU, and UCF. Texas, UCF, BYU. I'm going to have to go back and list the tough games. Okay, in conference, Texas at home, that's 1. BYU at home, that's 2. UCF on the road, that's 3. And TCU on the road, that's 4. Yeah. We do have a few, 4 hard ones, as you could tell, and this conference slate is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Yeah, 10 conference games this year. And the Big 12, it's not going to have like the 8 teams like in the past for the conference tournament, by the way. They moved it, they expanded it to like 10, I believe. But I'm going to double check that real fast. So, really, I think this team is going to be better. I just don't know how much better are we going to be. But nothing. But I know this: it takes time to build a program, and I know the expectation should not always be make the conference tournament. We didn't even make it last year. Remember that. As we all know, this is a 14-team conference now for this one year. But it might be the same thing for next year, even though Texas and Oklahoma might be gone. If the Big 12 were to add somebody, they're going to have this type of schedule again, and maybe even it could be even larger, like 16, for all we know. But that's just speculation there. And I'm pretty sure the Big 12 is going to for sure add one more school. It's a matter of who. Yeah, they play like 4 games. Now it's the Big 12 tournaments. Yeah, definitely 10 teams. So because there's round one, then there's quarterfinals, semifinals, and then the finals. So yeah, I would hope we could get there this time. I mean this year, and not make it 2 years in a row. But I think last year was more like injuries and a new staff, a huge turnover, and gotta remember too, the style of play is so different now than in the past too. We're being more on the offense side of things and not so defensive and being more aggressive. And I know we do. And the good news is Rene Vargas led the team in goals last year. When you look at the stats, Rene Vargas led the team in goals last year, and Ashley Merrill is back too. That helps. Gavin Mueller is gone, honestly, but in terms of like goal scorers, like Rene Vargas and Ashley Merrill, yeah, that definitely helps to have both of those back. Haven Terry as well. The Augustins, yeah, that's yeah. Coyman's gone, but they got Jenna Patterson, and I gotta also say that we also had a few players that were moving up from Division 2 to Division 1. It's a little bit. It's a jump, a little bit, somewhat of a jump too. And I'm gonna be fair on this team for this year. And look, I know it's a process in order to get to the point of making the NCAA tournament every year, and that's always the goal. And of course, then once you get to the NCAA tournament, not just making it, but making a run at it like an Elite Eight or Final Four one day. But that does take time, and I trust this staff completely on this. And I know they're trying to get their style of players, which I think will help sooner rather than later. I think that could help in terms of like wins and losses here. And I know they have really worked hard just to get some of these players here, and I know they're really wanting to have a better year too with this new staff as well. I know they have. And I think it's a good thing we're not playing Oklahoma for once because they beat us the last few years, and same thing goes for Oklahoma State as well. And I know West Virginia, we only beat them like twice in our history with them, so it's a good thing we're not going to play them this year. And I do think it's possible that we're going to end up with more wins than a year ago. It's a matter of how much more if we could get that to that point. Anyways, if you like this content, like and subscribe button. See you guys later. 500 subscribers. We're on the road to it. Let's go.